trust, honesty, teamwork. For 4 years, I believed these were the bedrock of my relationship with Ethan. We were building a life together, saving every penny for our dream home. We were a team, or so I thought. I'll never forget the evening it all came crashing down. Ethan sat me down, his face a mask of seriousness I'd never seen before. "I need to tell you something," he started, his voice low. "Don't freak out." My heart started to hammer against my ribs. What could be so bad? I braced myself for the worst, but nothing could have prepared me for what came next. "I lent my friend $50,000, he said, the words tumbling out in a rush. "He promised he'd pay me back, but he hasn't. I don't have enough to cover it. I was hoping you could help me." The room went silent. The only sound was a roaring in my ears. $50,000. I blinked, trying to process it. It felt like a line from a movie, not my actual life. "Wait, what?" I finally managed to whisper. "You lent $50,000 without even telling me." He had the audacity to shrug, a casual gesture that sent a jolt of pure rage through me. "It's just a loan," he said, as if talking about lending someone $20 for lunch. "He's a good guy. I didn't want to stress me." I felt my head spin. I could literally feel the blood draining from my face. That wasn't just money. That was our future. That was the down payment on the little house with the garden we'd picked out. It was 4 years of sacrificing, of late nights working, of saying no to vacations and fancy dinners. It was our shared dream, condensed into a bank account. "Ethan, that's our money." My voice was rising, cracking with disbelief and hurt. "Our future. You can't just lend it away without consulting me. It's not just your money to gamble with." He looked wounded, genuinely hurt by my reaction. "I didn't want to worry you," he repeated, his go-to excuse. "I thought you'd understand." Understand? How could I possibly understand this level of betrayal? It wasn't just about the money anymore. It was about the complete and utter disregard for me, for us, for everything we had built together. He had made a monumental, life-altering decision for both of us, completely on his own. He hadn't just lent money. He had lent our trust, our security, our future, and he hadn't even thought to ask me. The foundation we had built over 4 years felt like it had just crumbled into dust beneath my feet. I looked at the man in front of me, and for the first time, I felt like I was looking at a complete stranger. The days that followed were a special kind of torment. The air in our apartment was thick with unspoken tension. Every conversation felt like walking through a minefield. His friend, the good guy, was conveniently unreachable. His phone went straight to voicemail. His texts went unanswered. The promised repayment date came and went with deafening silence. And with each passing day, Ethan's desperation grew, and so did his pressure on me. "You need to help me cover my half," he'd say, the phrase becoming a toxic mantra in our home. My half. My half of a decision I had no part in. My half of a catastrophic mistake he made behind my back. It was absurd. "No, Ethan," I'd reply, my voice firm, though my insides were churning. "I'm not paying for a choice I didn't make." Each refusal was like a wedge driving us further apart. The man I loved, the kind, supportive partner I thought I knew, was disappearing. In his place was someone I didn't recognize, someone frustrated, angry, and increasingly controlling. He started checking my bank statements. He'd question my spending, even on groceries. "You could afford that coffee, but you can't help us." He'd snipe. It became clear he didn't see this as his asterisk problem to solve. He saw it as our problem, one that I was selfishly refusing to fix. It was then that the horrible truth crystallized in my mind. He had chosen his friend over me. He had prioritized a risky loan to a flaky friend over our shared life, our home, our future. He gambled everything we had, and now he was angry that I wouldn't foot the bill for his mistake. I knew I couldn't live like this. The resentment was poisoning everything. I decided to take matters into my own hands. One last-ditch effort to salvage something from the wreckage. My hands were shaking as I found his friend's number. I took a deep breath and called. To my surprise, he answered. I kept my voice polite, but firm. "Hi, this is Ethan's girlfriend," I said. The phone felt like a block of ice in my hand. He had planned this. He had used me as his safety net without my knowledge or consent. It wasn't a mistake. It was a calculated risk where I was the collateral damage. That was it. The final nail in the coffin of our relationship. That evening, I packed a bag. When Ethan came home, I was waiting for him. The look on his face when he saw my suitcase was one of pure panic. He begged, he cried, he threw out 100 promises to fix it, to get the money back, to make it right. But the words were empty. The trust was gone, shattered into a million irreparable pieces. "I can't, Ethan," I told him, my voice surprisingly steady. "I can't be with someone who gambles with our future and then expects me to pay for his losses. I can't trust you." And with that, I walked out the door and didn't look back. 6 months passed. 6 months of healing, of rebuilding my life, of rediscovering my own strength. Then, one day, my phone rang. It was Ethan. His voice was hollow, defeated. He told me his friend had completely vanished. He'd changed his number, moved without a forwarding address, and ghosted him entirely. Ethan was left with the full $50,000 debt, which had now ballooned with interest. He had lost everything. The house fund was gone, his friend was gone, and I was gone. He had no one left to bail him out. He asked if there was any chance, any hope for us. And I told him, gently but firmly, that some things, once broken, can't be put back together. Sometimes, the most loving thing you can do for yourself is to walk away and refuse to be someone else's safety net. Thank you so much for listening to my story. If you've ever been in a situation where your trust was broken, know that you are not alone, and choosing yourself is never the wrong decision. Please consider liking this video and subscribing for more stories. See you next time.